Sim the World here. We are back playing our Farming Simulator 19, the Alpine expansion. So we've been working on our cattle farm. Last episode we focused on cutting all the grass in the front field, baling that, and those are fermenting into silage bales. Currently, I took contract. Let's take a look. Contract for field 15 to do the same. We're going to mow, windrow, bale, wrap, and deliver those bales, but we get 20 grand out of it. The only issue is it's a much bigger field right here. Like that compared to our little piddly section here, maybe it's 3 times as much. My guess is we're going to get 60 bales out of this, and it's going to be quite a bit. So I woke up at, well, frankly, the ass crack of dawn, and I took care of the cattle. We cleaned up all the food they threw out because they're stubborn all the time. We also filled up their water trough and got them some new hay, so they should all be happy. From here, I also took down most of our equipment. That way it's already at field 15 ready to go. All that's left to do is to start our work. Oop, there went that sign. Sometimes the signs aren't necessary, you know? Keeps the city folk, the city workers employed, doing something productive. But it is summer. It's really nice. Like, look at the time of day. It's 5:30 in the morning, and it's already getting pretty light out here. I probably don't need my lights any longer. Pop out here. Get a better view. Yeah, you can see my equipment out in the back there. Of course, I'm not going to drive through whoever's field is next to us. I'm sure we fertilized the hell out of that in previous episodes. But yeah, we'll probably harvest that crop too when the time comes. But this is field 15, and I'm curious how much of this we're going to be able to cut. Because there's the field portion that we have to do. But sometimes you get to keep whatever you collect over the contract. Like, it's not 1-to-1 where it's you there's a certain percentage of this that needs to get done, and I'm very curious on how seasons will approach this, because this will be grass still. Like, we're mowing this field and we're on that middle strip isn't working. Come over here. Oh, it probably would help if I turned the mower on, wouldn't it? I'm very curious on how seasons will handle the fact that these technically won't be silage bales. They'll be wrapped. They're wrapped bales. Now that middle mower's on. Yeah, they're wrapped grass bales that still need to ferment. Obviously, we're going to be selling them or taking them to the drop-off location for the farmer that we're doing this contract for. I'm just curious what's going to happen with the extra bales. Will we be able to sell those too as silage bales? Will those be unfermented, or will they instantly finish fermenting because it's a contract? Like I've mentioned, I've not done contracts really on seasons before. The stream on Twitch that I've been playing for the survival challenge, that is not seasons enabled. That is strictly just the base game. So whenever I do silage bales for it, that's not an issue. So this will be a learning experience for all of us. And of course, this is going to be a learning experience, how much work this is really going to be. I'm slightly curious if we should bother hiring out a worker or something like that. Because the worker could be driving my tractor and mowing while I take that windrower behind him on my other tractor. And that is a possibility for future contracts. I kind of want to do this myself. It would save us time in the long run, but we've got this field to do the baling contract for, and we've got another field down the road, and that's going to be it for at least the foreseeable future. We'll have fertilizing contracts to go back to, but as far as baling, I don't think they come back instantly. I guess we're going to see. This is our first summer in Alpine. Yeah, they're not too happy we're cutting that grass, but I'm going to start cruising with this, and we'll do a little speed run, see how much I can get done, and I'll be back here shortly. This was quite a bit of work. I'll be honest, it didn't take as long as I thought it would. I did run home for an afternoon break. I went ahead and cleaned up after the cows, gave them some fresh water and straw. So they should be good until well into the evening. I probably baby them well more than I need to, but they also are our main source of income. So in my mind, going back, making sure their stats are pretty high, making sure everything's happy, just means that health meter will get back up to 100% or as close to as we can that much quicker. So as for the bales, I do want to mention I have the mod installed, and I can pop it open now. Let me collect this last bit of grass. So we're actually able to change the size of the bales. Currently it's at the default 4,000 liters. I could increase that up to 20,000 liters, I believe, per bale. And to be clear, in the future, that might be something we want to do. Obviously, I was more interested in seeing how many bales will actually come out of this field. Looking like we're going to get 5 per line. My guess is going to be about 50 to 60 bales. It's going to be a lot. So in the future, if we do a contract like this, I probably will increase the bale size just so we don't have to be running back and forth constantly. Transporting isn't the name of the game. This is Farming Simulator. But we will cross that bridge when we get there. Obviously for today, I'm looking to... Honestly, if I can finish baling and wrapping all these, we probably will save the transporting until next episode. It'll probably get too dark to be doing that. Or maybe I'll do that off camera. Either one of those are viable options. We will just have to wait and see. I'm curious how long this will actually take as well. If you have any suggestions or ways of speeding this up, making this a bit quicker in the future, I know I talked about looking into a mower that also would do the lines, do the work of the windrower, so we don't need to pass over the field twice like that. From what I can tell, all of those mowers the ones I saw took almost 200 horsepower, which this current tractor does do it does do 165 horsepower, and given how flat a lot of these fields are, I'm sure it would handle that mower without an issue. But part of me just doesn't want to do it because we've spent so much money on equipment already. It seems counterintuitive to go ahead and buy new mowers when we already have that stuff available to us. And in all reality, I got the mowing and windrowing done in a few hours. I think we started around 6 a.m. when I got everything down here and all the fuel. We got the tractor refueled, and when I quit, stopped talking and just started working. So it might have been a solid, 5-6 hours of work, which in my mind seems reasonable. I don't think anyone's getting through this field quickly. That's just not realistic. And in fact, going through this in one day, I'm sure isn't realistic. If there's any farmers that are watching this channel, you would probably agree. But I also think the times 15 speed is a good speed to go at. Gives me just enough time to get a few fields done. That way we're making some money. We're not making crazy loads. Like, you're not going to see me come back from one day doing a couple fields of this. Because if we were still doing real-time speed, I guarantee I could get through probably 2 or 3 of these fields and make 60 grand in a day. Which it'd be fun, it'd be nice, it'd be quick. But that's not the spirit of what we're doing. So, I've been jabbering on quite a bit. I'm going to finish this up, and I'll probably meet you guys in the next episode where we'll start collecting all of this. That seems to me to be the quickest, the best option. So that is what we'll do. So thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates of future games being played, as well as on Twitch as I try to stream 3 days a week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.